Hello and welcome to season 5 of Pull Up 3. I am still Paragon Don,
I'm Jamae.
And I'm Jay Trent.
and today, Lord, we have a lot of things to discuss. Of course, we talk about our game of the week, LSU versus Vandy. Kind of all things college basketball, kind of bounce around. Unrivaled started recently. We may talk about that for a little bit. Um, the W is probably never coming back. Um, yeah.
With that attitude,
But what all did we want to discuss first?
Yeah, we probably should start with the W. Um, and just I did not read that last article. The one that came out like 2 days ago, maybe. But the deadline is January 9th. It's January 7th. I think today Stewie said she was sure that a deal would get done, but the girls do be lying. So, I don't have any confidence in them. I really don't want the lockout to happen, but kind of also if they don't, you know, they're not ready to pay the players, then like I guess things have to happen. Sucks to suck.
I I'm a very big fan of get your money, do what you got to do. My only reason for not wanting a lockout is because I'm selfish and I would like to be in Chicago this summer. And if they don't have a season, I cannot be. I don't. I mean, I could make a good reason, but that would be the best reason is to go for All Star Weekend. So if they have this lockout, that's probably not going to happen, and it's going to piss me off. But please get your money as you deserve it. Make them open their purses, make them open their pockets, make them open their wallets. They act like they don't have it. They do.
That's so funny.
yeah. The biggest thing to me is, I mean, the union has to do what they got to do, and they gotta stand their ground. So as far as apparently they're still far apart on what a revenue sharing system is supposed to look like and what should be considered revenue, which it just feels like the way to fix that is for the teams to actually like open the books and we so they can stop talking about hypothetical numbers and start talking about real ones. But it appears that they don't want that for whatever reason. So I don't know. We'll see.
Because then they no longer can lie about them not making no money. Okay. And we start seeing who making cuts. They can't say the WNBA isn't profitable. They can't hide behind the whole thing if they open the books, which like frankly, like open them. Somebody needs to see them. Preferably that guy on WNBA. I don't even know if he's on WNBA Twitter, but he's an economist. Like give him the books. Let him explain to us in some graphs what's going on here.
People are putting money together to buy franchises for millions on millions of dollars. If these people did not have money, these people would not be like people aren't on a waiting list to get teams. The W had to finesse niggas out of not getting a team. That's how bad somebody wanted one, and they was like, actually, I'm gonna give this to somebody else. People they got
No,
options to do.
literally.
They got options to be corrupt. That's how bad niggas want teams.
And they still like the WNBA is still not seeing heaven for like not for trying to give the Connecticut Sun to the Houston Comets, I guess. And that's also the nasty part. Like, no, they need to start over. That's not even
Yeah.
a shit. Like,
I feel like I feel like if the Houston Comets are gonna come back, I'm all for that. But they should be an expansion franchise to me because, or I mean, I guess you could say, oh, if the team folded, like they can bring that stuff back, like they can hang the banners again or whatever. But to say what Connecticut has that was previously what Orlando had, we're just gonna give y'all that. That just don't feel right. Like optics wise, it don't feel right.
it literally doesn't make sense that they were like Yeah, you can't go to Boston, but actually you also can't go to Hartford, Connecticut, even though it's within 60 miles. Still can't go there either. Like, not a
I
good
just
bit.
I just don't understand taking a basketball team out of the New England area altogether. Like it feels like that was easy money to keep a team in that area, whether it was still in Connecticut or if they moved it to Boston or what. I don't understand.
Especially you've been doing the WNBA in Boston for what, 2, 3 seasons now, and now Boston says, "Hey, girl, we actually can afford to get the team. Let's bring them over here." And y'all was like, "Not like that." Like, hold on.
I think
So
having them play in Boston just to be like, damn, y'all kind of want this too bad. It's nuts. Like what? What? Why did y'all do that? Y'all like this? You set this up for this to be a thing, or at least to look like a thing, and to bridge the gap for a team. And so now they're like, damn, this worked really well. Every time we did this, whether the team was good or not, we should keep this going. Like, damn, y'all begging. I don't like begging. I gotta get it to somebody else. Like that's sick. Sick.
That's really how they treating him too. Like, that man had his money ready. Cut the deal. Honestly, he probably oversold him. He was like, "I'm gonna give y'all 300 just so y'all know I'm being serious." And Houston said, "We can give you 175." Bidder goes to them. Like, hold on. Like, wait a
That nigga
minute.
in Houston broke.
And if the whole world knows you as a billionaire is broke, as a billionaire is broke, I think we have bigger issues. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean your reputation that precedes you is that you're broke? We are literally Kathy has been trying to get us away from broke people. That at least she been acting like she been trying to get us away from broke people, and then you show up and the brokest nigga in the room gets a team.
I know when
Sneaky.
he walks into the room with the other owners, other owners gonna be like, hide your purses, please. 'Cause they're gonna be like, he's still. I know he's still. Like he listen. That man probably has more money in his account than I will see in my lifetime. That nigga is broke. I I feel very comfortable calling him broke when I see him.
because
Like,
I am
do you
because I'm
like,
not
do you
trying to
need a
I'm
deal?
not trying to I'm not trying to purchase a basketball franchise.
Do you need a meal? I don't know if you're good for it or not. So the W's nasty. I do hope this gets resolved, and I hope it gets resolved in a manner that I almost said that it's amicable for both parties, but I honestly don't care if the owners get what they want because who the fuck cares what y'all want? I hope the
Yeah.
players get what they want.
I hope the players get enough of what they're asking for. So the proposed salary cap, the Players Association proposed a compensation system with a projected salary cap of approximately 12.5 million. And the league is proposing a salary cap of 5 million that in the years afterwards would increase in line with revenue growth. But again, they are probably intentionally um, going back and forth on what counts as revenue and what does not. So
Somebody need to go into a meeting with a gun on the table. It's getting ridiculous out here. We need violence.
Hey,
This cannot stand. Because you're gonna tell me this coincides with revenue growth, and then when I be like, "Well, how much has it grown?" You're gonna be like, "Damn, it ain't even been like that." Like you done purchased a lot of new houses since I met you.
So also, Nika Ogwumike says that she sees the vote, which would be tomorrow, apparently, as an opportunity for a strike to be an option if negotiations don't progress.
Good, and leave Obama out of this. That man shut down the player strike during COVID in the bubble, and I would never forgive him for doing that. Like
he
never.
was like, come on now, y'all know y'all want to go out there and hoop. And they was like, you know what, you right. It's like y'all ain't even try.
No, literally, y'all didn't even try. Y'all ain't even let it. Y'all ain't even let it. Marinate good before y'all say, "All right, we good." Did y'all think about it yet? Like, come on now.
So leave Obama out of this. Stay. The good thing is, and I will always commend the W for this. They are a very stand your ground league. Like them niggas do not play. Like if they want you out, they want to get something done, they stay together no matter what. And I feel like they do that better than any other league currently. Like I don't think there is no. You got NBA players that openly talk about how the people who set up the apron suck. Like it just the NFL Players Association be finessing. I don't know anything about hockey, so I'm not gonna act like I do. But the women stick together, and I appreciate that a lot.
They need to be more like they need to be more like baseball. They just need to have chaos. Like baseball has no salary cap. Like imagine a W with no salary cap.
I actually can't.
Y'all hate how greedy I am now?
Everybody be on the Aces. Everybody be on the Aces.
Everybody be on the Aces and everybody be on the Liberty. I feel like we got the most money. I feel like, and this is just me thinking on top of my head. Somebody might got something. But I will be greedier than ever. This might work better for y'all.
So play with something safe.
They want my PG to get a championship real bad, so you might be cooked. I don't know. I don't know. We might have a short window, but it's on there. We in there.
Man, this Asia, NECA, Chelsea Gray, Jackie Young, Shakira Austin, Gabby Williams.
You can't even you all of them. No, absolutely not. You done lost the plot.
Sanaya Rivers.
Now you just naming people.
Because we got the money for it. I Lee Rue, Enrique. I'm just going down my list.
That's crazy.
We 7-5 at a time.
Yeah, all right. Under whose watch? Becky Hammond said there are 6 people who gonna play.
Hey, she opened up her rotations last year a little bit. I would give her. She was better than the year before.
She ain't had no choice.
She shouldn't have had a choice the year beforehand, and she still.
I mean, that's true too.
I mean, but who was finna tell her otherwise though? She's like, I'm just coming off a ring, so
I do what I want.
Damn, she was coming off 2 of them bitches, so she was just like, I'm gonna just do how I
she
feel.
was like, you finna tell me, right?
Just vibe twin, like.
Just Mark got to pay coach after coach for the Raiders. It better not affect the Aces. The Raiders stay firing the coach. They stay firing the coach. They just fired Pete Carroll.
Didn't they just get him?
Yes, this was his first year. they already.
Geno Smith got him fired 2 years in a row.
That's really tough. Now that you say that out loud, that's really tough. It won't affect the Aces. I think he liked the Aces better anyway because they be winning.
He definitely do. You think that's his bottom line? I don't even know if they making him no money, but it is.
Matter of fact, the Aces showed up to a Raiders game and the Raiders won. And the Aces stopped showing up, and now the Raiders got the number 1 pick. It's all adding up to me.
Man, shout out to my naked mole rat coconut head owner. That's my dog. That's really my dog.
Nothing about that was complimentary. I don't know.
That's my dog. I really fuck with him because he opens up that purse.
My
That
owner
nigga be
don't do
getting
nothing but tweet.
that nigga be getting fake endorsement deals just to get us some more money.
That's real.
That's a real owner.
My owner don't do nothing but tweet.
Well,
Your owner also be tweeting a lot.
that's my GM. My GM be tweeting.
Oh,
That's different. I don't even know who our owner is. Actually, I don't even know who the owner is. And that's how it's supposed to be. I should not know that man. It's probably man.
Yeah, I feel like 90% of the time, I feel like if you're the owner of your favorite franchise walks down the street, you should not know who that nigga is. It feel like if you do, it's for a terrible reason.
Yeah, because you're probably not a good person. Unless you're like that lady on the Colts. She's doing a good bit right now.
Yeah, I do enjoy that. My thing is, if you're gonna be an owner that's active and hands-on or whatever, I need you to leave the basketball decisions up to the basketball people. Yeah. Like I'm not saying you just gotta sign the check and walk away. Like it's okay if you a fan of the team. Like it's okay if you want the team to win, but you gotta realize this place is not my place. I'm here to pay the people that know how to get this stuff done. Mm-hmm. Sammy said, I don't think the majority of the owners want to be known either.
You shouldn't. It's
probably not, especially now that people talking about how cheap they are and how these CBA negotiations are going. So
the way people be doxing, I feel like somebody will find them. If people knew who these owners was, it get nasty.
And this is publicly available information. It's not like it's difficult to find out.
Anyway, moving on from the WNBA. Who do we want to talk about first?
Do you want to say bad things about Iowa State?
No, bitch. I
we can get there in a minute. We can
I can't, bro. I can't.
It's easy. Like it's gonna flow into conference play anyway. We can start. You want to start with the game of the week, or do you want to end with the game of the week?
Let's actually start with. No, actually, let's start there. Well, I feel like we kind of need to go back a little bit because if we're gonna talk about LSU, we kind of need to go back a little bit. But we can start with the game. Let's start with that game.
All right. So, for those who did not know, our game of the week for last week was number 5 LSU against number 12 Vanderbilt, and Vandy pulled off the upset. And it was competitive the entire way, I will say. There was some inconsistency there on the LSU side. I know we'll probably get to the box score in a minute. The first thing I want to talk about, though, is Michaela Blake's. Like we should start by giving credit where credit is due, because she showed up. She got up for that matchup, and she entered that game as, I believe, 4th in the country in scoring. Mm-hmm. And she went out there and looked the part. Like she was the offense for Vanderbilt. Matter of fact, I believe, I don't want to say this wrong. I know for a fact we were like halfway through the first quarter before somebody other than Michaela Blake scored for Vanderbilt.
Yeah, I think it was like the first 8 points or something.
Yeah.
No, real credit to Vanderbilt, because but just by the way, our game of the week is the game that we're gonna watch and talk about each week, right? And when we picked this, I was like, I don't know if I believe in Vanderbilt. They were undefeated up to this point. Obviously, they're still undefeated. But they were undefeated up to this point, and I'm like, they really haven't played anybody else significant. So it was like, are they really good, or is this just a non-conference thing happening? Um, and so I was like, it's gonna be fun to watch them, but I don't really believe them to pull it off. And then I looked at the halftime score, they was down 5, and I was like, you know what? Actually, I think they might do this. And LSU just couldn't get right. And I actually too want to give credit to freshman Aubrey Galvin, who she didn't have it in the first half, but in the second half, she found it. And Michaela Blake's absolutely carried the load, and down there, some of those shots down the stretch, I was like, oh my God, like, how did you even get that off? Like, it was a scoop layup she hit. I think that might have gave him the lead. I was like, okay, she really, really wants to win this game. But Aubrey Galvin did too, because every time she had a 3 and she was open, she was knocking it down. And that was not something she was doing in the first half. And I think they said she went to Shea Ralph after the game and was like, I'm so sorry for how I played in the first half. But I was, I was a little nervous. It's your first time playing a big school. LSU is the show and the whole thing. But sister rose to the occasion. And so a lot of credit to both Michaela and Aubrey. And Shea Ralph, honestly, coached a pretty good game. Michaela Blakes is the only person who played 40 minutes, so which is obviously not good, maybe in the long term, but
that's one of them coaching decisions where you like, we gotta win this one, and if we gonna win this one, we need you out there.
Yeah,
this is like we can't replicate that gravity. Yeah, Aubrey Galvin hit 4 threes. Like that's big. It ended up coming down to that, especially for LSU for Vanderbilt to win the game by 4 points. Like, you ended up needing that down the stretch.
Every last one.
Michaela Blake's 32 points, 4 assists, 3 steals. Aubrey Galvin also had 3 steals.
And it doesn't seem like a lot, but Sasha Washington had 7 rebounds and 4 were offensive. And I'm pretty sure at least 2 of them came in that like final quarter, probably in that final like 5 minutes. Shay must have told them to get on the boards, and she was like, okay, got you.
And she had 3 blocks.
It's very difficult to win a game where you get out rebounded by 20. LSU out rebounded Vanderbilt by 20, and Vanderbilt managed to pull out a win. So it had to be something down the stretch where they said, okay, I need you to box out. Like, we need to be getting some of these possessions back.
Well, I remember texting y'all and asking, is Vanderbilt always as bad at rebounding? Because it absolutely was bothering me. And it's crazy is like on the TL, I seen people talk about like LSU wasn't grabbing rebounds. And I was like, I don't feel like, I don't know if we watched the same game or not. I also do want to shout out Michaela Blake's FIBA America Cup MVP for a reason. She had, if I can count, like 12 points in the first quarter. And then she only scored 2 points and 4 points, respectively, in the second and third. And then she had 15 in the fourth, where all those points came past the 6-minute mark. So she basically went. She hit a 3 with 5:33 left. She hit a 15-foot jumper with 3:59 left. She had 2 free throws at 3:18. She had another 3 at 2:35. She got an assist at 2:05. She got a layup at 1:35. She made another layup at 1:17. She made 1 free throw at 9 seconds left. So She had 15 points and 1 assist in less than 6 minutes of gameplay because she was like, actually, we're just not going to lose this game. I was certainly, I figured, it might be a good game at the start. And then Michaela Blake's had like the first like 12 points or 11 points for Vanderbilt, something like that. And then they did, honestly, LSU did a really good job of defending her. Like the second half of the first quarter and then the second and third, I was really like, I don't know how they're going to win if she doesn't score. Um, the passes that the team made collectively were god awful. There was very interesting decisions being made by all parties. It was just like it was just like, damn, Vanderbilt does not want to win this game. And it's like LSU was like, I don't really feel like it. And then Vanderbilt was like, to be honest, I don't really feel like it either. It was just really like a back and forth in that manner. And I was just like, bro. But everything LSU was doing wrong felt easily fixable. Or it just a matter of if Flage decides to be serious. And I guess that was just not a decision that she felt like making that day. But yeah, like you said, LSU out killed them on the boards all day, and then Vanderbilt locked in that fourth when it mattered most, which is all you can ask for. LSU is one of the best rebounding teams in the country, even though I don't know who them niggas be playing every day, so I got to take that with a grain of salt. But yeah, I'm very glad that was our game of the week. I know we were kind of deciding between a couple of different ones. It was a very fun watch for me. Yeah, shout out to Michaela Blake's. Flage, you gotta get your chain back in some form or fashion. I don't know how. I don't know when. Also, Malaysia. I enjoyed the way she played for most of that. And for her co-star to not show up in any capacity, I was like, you know what? I like this.
Okay, yeah, we can get into LSU now. I did enjoy Malaysia for Wiley, getting the start for one, and she ended up with 13 points, 7 boards, 6 assists, 2 steals. She kind of she plays at one speed, which is a gift and a curse. It can be, but and I think that's probably why LSU usually goes to her off the bench, because
that's why everyone went to her off the bench. But anyway,
that is also why she came off the bench. It's funny. I was talking to somebody earlier in the season about LSU and about Malaysia specifically, and something that he mentioned to me was he feels like the reason Malaysia transferred to LSU is because she thought she would be starting. But to me, I mean, I don't know, and obviously it hasn't turned out that way with her pretty much coming off the bench in every game. But it feels like the coaches feel like with her energy and the way that she plays, she's more effective running second units. And even in this game, she led the team in scoring. She led the team in shot attempts. And that was also the case last year, even though she was coming off the bench. So I don't know if that's really... I am in the opinion that starting lineups are overrated, and what matters more is how much you play and whether you close the game or not. But I know, Will's feelings on that, they vary. So I get it.
Yeah, I was excited to see Malaysia to get the start. I wanted to see if it would bring LSU a sort of a different energy. Her and Zakiya Johnson started. I think the last game it was Kate Koval and Jada Richard usually. So I was excited to see like how this was going to change, and I think I feel I don't want to be too hard on Malaysia, but at the same time, like my judgment right now is clouded because I keep seeing tweets of people being like, "Oh, like Malaysia was the best player on South Carolina's team. There was no reason for her to come off the bench." And I think about this game in particular, Malaysia had a turnover that, like, I ain't gonna say it cost them the game, but it cost you the game. Like, you cannot be having turnovers 2 minutes left in the game. You're in a close game. Like, you have to protect the ball. You have to make good decisions in those late game situations. Like, execution is the most important part when times get rough. And I appreciate Malaysia because she can, like, if she does get a turnover, then she's like re-energized to get it back on defense. But it's like sometimes you can't make that mistake. And because she's still a player that's like making some of these mistakes, it's like you being my best player on the floor is probably not a good sign. And that also speaks to the fact that Michaela Williams was 5 for 11, but I feel like 5 for 12 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, like that feels like the quietest game I've ever. Like, this is a good stat line. Like, in time, that's a really good stat line. And I feel like I don't even remember her participating. And it's like, you should be, I think, LSU's best player. You should be taking these shots down the stretch. You should be controlling it more. And then you also need Flau'jae, who, like, the storyline is she didn't score at all. She missed 4 shots. She played 20 minutes. And I just feel like my expectations are for Flau'jae and Michaela to be the stars. Because y'all have the experience. Y'all have, Michaela, this is not your first time. You or Flau'jae really, like, y'all first time leading the team. Like, you had Anissa last year, but this was still kind of on y'all. So, like, I'm expecting y'all to rise to the occasion and close the game out. But you're now relying on Jada Richard and Malaysia, which, again, who did really well. But Jada is a freshman, and Malaysia still plays at 1 speed. So, like, that cannot be your peak. That cannot be your pinnacle. Like, that cannot be what you put out late in the game. And I don't think the sky is falling for LSU. Like, I'm sure they will figure it out. But it's just like you need people to do things, and I feel like it was kind of the same issue against Kentucky. Mm-hmm. They really won't rebound in there. It was a lot of, like, the effort and the mindset seemed to be all over the place. Like, yeah, Michaela was ready for some shots in Kentucky, but what was everybody else doing? Jada Richard was in it. She was real in it. Okay. Like, and then Malaysia not having a good game during that game. You have her having to sit. Like, it feels like it's way too much inconsistency. And obviously, again, it's only their first 2 SEC games, so they have a lot of time to figure this out. But that's too much inconsistency from a game to game basis. Like, and if you're gonna say you have the deepest bench, which, you know, y'all had 7 players averaging double figures through non-conference. Like, if that's gonna be the case, then the numbers have to, like, balance themselves out, right? Like, if Flau'jae is gonna be out this game, then Malaysia, Amaya, like, somebody else has to step up. And it just doesn't feel like we know who's gonna be the next the next person to step up and step in and like carry the team in a way that it needs to be carried. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do next. I will say that apparently like Flau'jae might be injured, and they were saying she was gonna play through her injury against Georgia. And I just feel like if you have to put Flau'jae Johnson on the floor to beat Georgia, you have another issue. And this is not to like shade Georgia. They've been playing really well. But for the talent level that you have, for the pieces on your team, if you can't beat Georgia without Flau'jae, you actually do have a bigger issue.
Yeah,
And maybe that's a trend in women's basketball this season. I don't know. I don't know.
yeah. It feels like the Georgia game needs to be a game where she can sit if there's an injury. Like I'm sure it's an injury she can play through, but I think for not only for Flau'jae individually, but for LSU and what I would assume their goals are this season, you probably need to give her an opportunity to sit if you feel like she can sit. Because to me, I don't think I don't think Flau'jae has to play for LSU to beat UGA. But I understand the thought process is okay, we coming off 2 losses now. But I feel like it should be fine.
I think if she was gonna do what she did against Vanderbilt, she probably should have sat that game. And this is like not like slander or anything, but I feel like people can only judge you based on what you do on the court. And like if you're playing through injuries, like that is very respectable, it's very commendable. But at the same time, either you too hurt to produce and you hurting the team, or you go and play through your injuries and give us something. And it was just nothing, like literally nothing at all. And I just don't think it was beneficial in the grand scheme. Like she could have, if she was hurt that day, or she has been nursing an injury, if she would have sat that game, theoretically Vanderbilt wins, or maybe Vanderbilt doesn't win. I don't know. Maybe they play with a different energy with her not being there. Maybe Michaela Williams was more comfortable. Like I don't know. Um, and just maybe a bunch of other different things happen, and then she's probably good for this game. I just feel like the games that we kind of critique a lot of players on when it comes to them shooting like 3 for 18, 5 for 17, just like I would much rather my best player shoot like shit and take a lot of shots than you go 0 for 4 any day. Because if you went 0 for 4, you was not trying to do shit at all. Like, again, if you're injured, okay. But that means if you were too injured to take more than 4 shots, you should not have been on this court, because we need you for long term. You kind of playing against Vanderbilt is not doing anything for me. So I needed, if you was gonna miss all these shots, I need you to go 2 for 15. I would have took that any day. I need you to go out, guns blazing, emptying the tank, shooting like shit. I would take that 10 times out of 10, but you cannot give me 0 for 4. Not as a best player on a team that is 2 years removed from a national title, not at, or 3, or however long it's been, not as a top 7 player on like at big boards or whatever she's slotted at. I feel like those change like every day.
Or
Like she's
She was a lottery pick.
people have her. It like you are supposed to be a player who theoretically can not necessarily like alter a franchise, like a generational prospect, but like at least like we're definitely headed in the right direction because we picked you up. People talked about her being the most pro ready prospect, like another Kai. Like you can't give me 0 for 4. I'm so sorry. Please shoot like shit. Any day, please. Throw up bricks any day.
So, going back to the Kentucky game, we need to talk about New Year's Day because
These like
so conference play. This was when conference play like really kicked off. It kicked off on New Year's Day, and we saw multiple upsets. Like so, LSU now has 2 losses on the season. They lost to Kentucky on New Year's Day, who was ranked number 11. They lost to Vanderbilt, who was ranked number 12. Now, also on New Year's Day, we had unranked Washington beat number 6 Michigan. We had unranked Illinois beat number 7 Maryland, and we had unranked Georgia Tech beat number 18 Notre Dame in OT. Conference play started off kind of hot. I don't know.
It's funny because LSU Kentucky did get the like most talk. And honestly, they kind of should have. Like Tony Morgan hitting it the go ahead 3, the fucking buzzer beater 3. I mean,
After
yeah, we actually
somebody telling you to get your ass up.
literally. Oh,
Let's not.
Hey.
Let's not forget that.
hey, and it honestly just on that for a little bit. They are so fun. When I say them girls was chirping the entire game, Tony Morgan like was arguing with all of them. But as soon as Malaysia got on the floor, it was immediate. I'm like, she just stepped on here. What could you have possibly said in the 30 seconds that this lady was on the floor? That both of y'all are going back and forth. Like, what could have possibly been? What could have been said? Her and Jada Rashard going at it. I mean, like, I'm like, the girls are fighting low key. Like, the girls are kind of fighting. And so for her, for her to tell that lady to get her ass up. And the crazier part about that is like that girl was really like she really got hit in the face. Like it wasn't even like, you know what I mean? You know, like you going to the basket on somebody and they falling out like flop. Like the girl legitimately got hit in the face. And you popping shit and it wasn't even your fault. Like it literally was not even your fault that she was her own teammate hit her in the face. And you said that time, and not even once. You said it twice. You doubled down. You doubled down, and you doubled down, and then they come down, and you switch instead of staying with your man. You switched and left your teammate on the island, and she was late to the closeout. That's tough. That's tough. That's tough. That's tough. That's tough. Shout out to Tony Morgan though. Shout out to Tony Morgan. I always believed in you, girl. You know, I'm still sad the Georgia Tech team split up like this. But y'all, you know, you making me proud out of the group, you know. You and Danny and Georgia.
When we were trying to figure out what we were going to talk about, I was going to ask see if we want to talk about some of our favorite players, and I definitely Tony Morgan. Because I remember when we watched the AC tournament, and I think I was more like, I think I was really impressed with Kara Dunn specifically, walking out of that. But just seeing how all of them broke up, it was like, okay, well, now all of them are going to get to do their own thing in some capacity. But like, she's really like going from 5.6 assists a night to 9 is like, having 9 assists in college basketball is a lot. And going from 24.6% from 3 to 43 is a testament of that work. That is nothing but that work. She has never shot over 25% from three her whole college career, and then went to Kentucky and was like, you know what? Nigga, I can shoot. It reminds me of that Jose Alvarado thing where they was like, can you shoot? He was like, yeah, I can shoot.
Yeah, I can shoot.
Do we have to give Kenny Brooks credit for that? I won't be giving him his stance, I fear. But, in case anybody else does. Anyway.
So, speaking of Georgia
give
Tech.
credit to his staff.
Speaking of Georgia Tech, Talia Walker. 33 points, 10 boards, 6 assists, a steal, and a block en route to a upset over Notre Dame and OT.
And she was 12. Don't forget the 12 for 14 from the free throw line. Don't forget the 12 for 14.
Your free throws. Make your free throws. Make your free throws. So many games. The result of so many games come down to that. I can't remember which game I was watching. Matter of fact, was it Washington against Michigan? Where it just seemed
when neither team was
nobody wanted them, or was it?
It was Michigan and Oregon.
Michigan and Oregon.
Yeah.
I was like, no, down the stretch, it felt like every trip to the free throw line they were splitting them. Nobody wanted to hit a free throw. Y'all, please make your free throws. Please make your free throws. It can be the difference in the game. Talia Walker was 12 for 14 at the line. Georgia Tech won by 5 in OT. Georgia Tech shot 20 for 24 from the line as a team. Notre Dame missed 7 free throws in a game that they lost by 5.
Bro, if they shot the same shooting percentage, it'd be dang near a tie game. I hate when y'all do this to me. Oh my God, stop missing the free throws. And honestly,
it's been one of my least favorite things as of late. It feels
like a bit because every team keeps doing it. It feels like they're yeah, we conspiring to nobody's gonna hit free throws. It's just as a whole conglomerate, we are saying we're not free throws are out. They're out. Why did we are y'all getting paid to miss things? What is happening, bro?
It's just late game execution so often. As much as people talk about they hate watching the last couple minutes of a game because there's so many fouls, it's even worse when there's so many fouls and y'all are missing free throw.
Just nasty business.
And the college be worse because them rims be loud as fuck. I don't know what type of rims colleges have specifically, but when niggas miss shots in the college gym, that shit sound I know people make jokes about that shit sound like a gun went off with somebody missed shots or whatever, but that shit sound bad. The whole gym be quiet.
Just who else pissed me off on it? Actually, I don't even want to talk about the free throws because then I can't right now. I can't. Who else was up here? Michigan, y'all are unserious. Losing to Washington. But you know what? Actually, shout out to Washington. They have pieced together the beating Michigan is a good win. Especially because again, Michigan is a team who clearly they play for the thrill of it. They're gonna bullshit you until it's really time to get serious. And congratulations for holding on because a lot of people have folded. Who else? Shout out Illinois. I don't know what Illinois wants to be a good team, and I only believe in them a little bit. Only a little bit. They played Michigan State really close, but they just lost to Ohio State. But you know what? Ohio State don't know if they want to be good or bad. So honestly, you can't really judge it based on them.
I really miss rooting for my Buckeyes. I don't have it in me to do it again, but I give y'all like
You don't
I
want to
can
see
just
Jelani Cambridge?
I do enjoy Jelani Cambridge. I do.
Bro, she against Illinois, lady had 41 points on 15 of 25 shooting. You should have cheered for her tonight. I don't know. I don't know.
I wish I knew. I wish I knew. Like I was looking. I was like, okay, I see. I said, okay, I see that they. I was like, oh, they finna get right. They finna win this. They gonna go ahead and pull away. I was not expecting to check this box score and see that she had 40. I was not.
41, 6 rebounds and 6 assists. My sister kind of ate a little bit. She kind of ate a little bit.
In the chat, Dre just said Trae Young got traded to Washington. I can't do this right now, y'all. Can we talk about this in a minute?
Actually, yeah, we cannot. Bitch, if it was for CJ, actually, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing it. Women's college basketball. Utah, shout out to Utah for beating TCU. Lady White had 25, I think. Yeah, Lady White had 25 on 9-17 shooting. Upset. First TCU loss of the season. Excellent work by the Utes. Do we have to talk about we do have to mention that UCLA beat the hell out of USC.
We might have to come back to USC.
Do we really need to talk about them?
Okay, Jazzy Davidson, you don't deserve this.
Here's my thing. The USC stuff is about to get really loud, and I don't know if that's fair. I don't know if that's fair but it's finna get. There's finna be a lot, especially now that they lost. They lost to another unranked opponent last night. They lost to Oregon. I think they just need a reset. I think them falling out the poll, just give them a minute to regroup.
They also didn't have Kennedy Smith, so like they got
injuries. They got injuries too.
Yeah, I just think my bit to the USC thing is like I don't know what people expected from them. Like, were people expecting them to be a top 15 team? Like, I was very okay with them being top 25, maybe top 30, like not making any noise. Like, I just don't understand how you lose your like most. Juju's injured, and then your best defender and Rhea Marshall graduated. You don't have Kiki. You don't really have any bigs. Avery Howe and Kaylee Heckel, who were two big pieces of your rotation, transferred out. So you really only have Kennedy Smith and Vivian. Like, those are y'all only two players that, like, Malia Samuels was there too, actually. But y'all got what, 3-4 girls? And how big of rotation players were they? I don't know. I can't look at this roster. And two, I'm actually tired of y'all. And this is, I don't care how this comes out. London Jones, we actually have to stop the London Jones bit. Like, we have to stop acting like my sister is Azzy Fudd from 3. She's not. Like, if you get caught by the London Jones game, you're cooked. But you gotta really hope it's gonna be the London Jones game. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna always get it. And so, like, I want us to stop with that bit that somehow, because she started on UCLA last season and she started on USC, that like she raising the floor that much. I don't like that. I don't like that. And that feels very unfair to USC for a team where Kennedy Smith was already struggling on offense. If she was struggling on offense with Juju's gravity, what do you think she's gonna do now without it? I don't understand that. I don't get that. And maybe, the girls have been saying that Lindsay Gottlieb needs to be fired and new coach woo woo. But I don't know. Like, your best player shooting 5 for 20. Can you out coach that? You like both of your best players. One's 5 for 20 and the other one's 3 for 11. Can you out coach that?
I feel like Lindsay Gottlieb has done a perfectly fine job since she's been here. Like, I don't know how much, like, she's had, like, Juju is otherworldly phenomenal. I think the fact that she's got the players that she's gotten, not to say that they're like super crazy, but like convincing Juju to stay, getting Jazzy Davidson, getting Kara Dunn to come over in like a gap year almost. Like, I think she's done good enough recruiting. I don't think she's done anything that I would consider. And again, we always say, like, as much as good and bad, we don't know what they do in practices. It don't look like she's done nothing to me that I feel like is some crazy coaching malpractice. You lost the reigning national player of the year, and they are not playing all season. And the team is still pretty competitive at the very least. You like Jazzy looks like one of the best freshmen in the country. I mean, this is a team that is obviously set up to succeed next year potentially. And I think she will continue to, based on what she's done the past 3 years, I think she will continue to recruit like very highly coveted prospects that USC was not getting for quite some time. So yeah, I feel like trying to get her fired is not necessarily, or wanting her to be fired is not really fair. It's like, what about this roster is like, what more do you want her to do? And then my thing is always like, like we always say, when players succeed, it's the players, and then when the players fail, it's the coach. It's like, how is Jazzy this good because of coaching, or is this just because she just hooping, which is like fine, but then you can't also say when these players struggle, it's Lindsay's fault, because it could just be them.
But you know how the tail of the tape when it comes to coaching is always, if the team is bad, it's on the coach. If the team is good, it's in spite of the coach. and that it comes when they've already decided the coach need to go. So it'll just be that the rest of the way. There's never going to be any nuance to the conversation. It's all gas, no brakes. Like whenever coaching comes up, because it goes back to people don't really know what coaches do. So they kind of just be like, if it's a problem, it's on the coach, obviously, because I've already decided that the coach is the problem.
Yeah. And I feel like also we're not giving USC credit for playing a gauntlet of a schedule. They play NC State, South Carolina, Notre Dame, and UConn. Like, them girls is probably tired. and Jazzy has been literally putting that team on her back. Honestly, her and Hannah need to have a little phone call and say, sister, how did you do it? Because I know she's stressed out. I'm tired watching her. Like, that load is crazy. And I do think Lindsay maybe needs to figure out something. I don't even want to, because the girls need to be more consistent. But Lindsay maybe need to figure something else to, like, somehow get somebody else to do something. I don't know. But also they were saying on the TL, and this is literally just TL. I read this earlier today. Well, not earlier today. The other day when they played, they was like, Kennedy Smith was yelling at her teammates to run the play that Lindsay Gottlieb just wrote up. And it's like, if your teammates have to do that, like, Y'all not listening. You know what I'm saying? Now Lindsay got to get the badge because y'all not listening. Like, I don't, you know. Anyway. It's going to be okay, USC. But you know what? On the flip side, UCLA, thank you, sisters. The Betts PR. Now, actually, the Betts PR is quiet. The Lauren Betts got back-to-back doubles in his mute, and is quiet. We don't hear no more draft talk. But,
hey,
okay.
It's the same thing on Duke ain't lost in a minute, and now I don't have to hear, oh my God, I can't believe she's coaching Team USA. We're gonna lose. Oh my God.
And let's be honest. Let's be honest. Who is Team USA losing to, y'all? Who are they losing to?
They about to lose to France because Kara can't coach.
Kara can't coach. So Gabby Williams is gonna give us a 30-piece for the goal.
Like, Dominique is putting 30 on Asia Wilson head.
Listen, they gonna have to go band for band.
Don't run.
Don't run, fun nigga.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying, hey man. Shout out to Lauren Betts. Shout out to Duke. Don't nobody say that too loud though. My sisters like the building silence. Don't say that too loud.
I'm a quietly believe. I'm a quietly believe until we get a loud win over there, and then I'm gonna be on here banging the drum.
See, okay, they not playing. They don't play Louisville until February, so we got a little bit of time. Keep building up a little confidence. That end of the year stretch is a little crazy, but you know we got a little time to get there. Who else do we need to discuss? There's somebody else. Oh wait, we didn't get the Sunday games. Lord Jesus. Oh wait, let's start with Texas. Okay. What broadcast was I watching? Oh, UCLA USC Peacock broadcast. They kept saying that Texas, South Carolina, UConn, and UCLA are in a tier above everybody else. Do you guys agree or disagree, and why or why not?
What teams are these?
Texas,
UConn, Texas, South Carolina, UCLA.
UCLA.
Yeah.
Feels like
I'm gonna say okay.
Polar Bear in Arlington, Texas.
Oh, hold on.
Okay,
wait a minute.
Okay, I think I agree. I think there has to be a tier break because once you get past those four, that's when you get to Michigan, LSU, Oklahoma, Illinois. Like,
okay,
I feel like so. I'm gonna say yes.
I know. Well, here's why.
I will say I've been most impressed resume-wise with Texas so far this year.
My hot take is that I know their schedule may not have been the craziest, but I think UConn is in a different tier than those other three at the moment until proven otherwise. I would say UConn is at the top of the pyramid, and then those three can be the next three, and then you could put other teams after that.
So I think that should be the case because UConn is supposed to be the head of the snake. They just won the title. They won the title, and they have not lost a game yet. Like that's supposed to be. Everybody's supposed to be looking up at them. But also, and I know we're going to get into this later on. We talk about what teams we feel can actually get it done. I think they have to. It's like I remember when after the Texas South Carolina game, that people were saying Texas should be ranked number 1, and I agreed because I felt like Texas had played, they had the best schedule up to that point, and they had delivered. But on top of that, people were saying, can you knock off UConn for winning the championship and being undefeated? And to me, I was like, this is a different season. This season, Texas has played a tougher schedule, and Texas has yet to lose a game. But I do agree that UConn is probably still the best team.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, it's not really the UConn's fault that, like, I'm looking at their schedule. Louisville is actually becoming a good team, which they beat. Michigan, they beat. Close, but they beat them. We just talked about the struggles of USC. Iowa is they in the middle, child. So it's like it's not their fault that they and it's like even when they have to play Notre Dame and Tennessee, which both of them are Notre Dame's not ranked right now, but Tennessee is. But both of them have kind of looked So it's like you kind of I feel like you kind of have to keep them there because they are beating the people that they're playing. Like they only can play the people in front of them. So they are doing that. But I would not have, to your point, Jay, like I wouldn't have been shocked if people were giving Texas a number one ranking because I do think their resume is better. And for me, Texas, I've honestly been kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop because one of their biggest struggles has always been the offense. And I feel like they don't be getting whacked enough for that badass offense. And they honestly can't get whacked because they're still winning. But I don't know. Like I'm still like watching Texas. Like I don't know. Like they just play Ole Miss. Ole Miss was down like 17. They lost by 3. Like I don't. I will accept that maybe UConn is in their own tier because they're still running through people. But the rest of y'all, I don't know. It's feeling like a toss up. It's feeling like you better hope it's your best night, or no, I don't know.
I feel like, and I could be wrong about this. I feel like historically they always give the number one teams like after, well, of course after championships they usually rank them number one the year after, and then usually they wait till they lose to drop them off.
Yeah.
Because I feel like even with like, we always joke about how LSU doesn't really play anybody. I feel like after the year they won, again, they continued with the easier schedule. If I can recall, I don't think they dropped on the ranking until they lost the next year either, regardless of them playing community colleges and churches. So,
but that year they lost immediately.
Yeah, they did.
They lost
did.
to Colorado
They lost.
to open
Yeah,
the season.
they lost like at the beginning of the year. Yeah,
and everybody
Never
was like,
mind
"Oh my god, girl!"
Oh.
I know this because I looked it up recently. But yeah, I remember the game too because I was like, "Damn, Jalen
Never
Sherrod
mind.
kind of went off." Anyway,
But
you are right. You are right. They usually are
I
ranked
just
number
feel like
one too.
they hold that year before in high regard, as far as, because it's like, damn, I just won a championship and I ain't lost. I can't go lower than one, even if I'm not playing nobody. So I don't know. But if they would have put Texas at 1, I would have understood. I just feel like there's like a historical precedent for why they could not have dropped UConn.
I think I do think a lot of the
I'm
voters
amending
believe
my
that.
previous
So,
statement that UCLA is a polar bear to Texas. And
yeah,
I'm so
because
sorry.
don't disrespect
That was
Lauren
disrespectful.
Betts.
All the top 4 teams have only lost to each other, so that is still like UCLA and South Carolina have only lost to Texas, and then of course Texas and UConn have not lost yet. So I mean, we'll see. But that break after them, I definitely get. I think the other teams after them will give any of these teams like they can have them a tough night, potentially be game of the week type thing. But yeah, that is a solid break.
Notre Dame will sound it out. They did get upset by Duke, which we just kind of talked about that. Who else up here? Louisville is 4-0 in ACC right now. They've been putting together some good wins. I hate to give Jeff Walls his 10s, but he kind of might deserve them today. They have been looking decent. Amari Berry has been a little serious, so I have to shout out to her. I guess inevitably we have to talk about Iowa State. And you know what, y'all? I was coming on here to defend Iowa State's honor. Okay, that Baylor game, y'all was trying to put my sister on the jumbotron. ESPN, y'all going to hell for trying to talk about she was exposed on defense when that girl was wide open. Like they was not playing man to man, bitch. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. But I can't even defend them because they just lost to fucking Cincinnati. Sorry, Cincinnati. Y'all did great. You know, shout out to y'all for getting on them boards and making them free throws. You did the things that you needed to do to win. First ranked win since 2011. Y'all ate that. Y'all ate that up. But Iowa State, Bill, come to the fucking front because what are we doing? Are we sure? I know Addie wasn't available, but are we sure, guys? Are we sure? Audie, missing 6 free throws, sister? 6 free throws, sister? Oh! Jada. And you know what though? I'm still blaming Bill Finley for this shit because I kept tweeting during the Baylor game. I said Jada Williams has to win this game. Jada Williams is if Iowa State is gonna win, it has to be on Jada Williams' back. And you know what Bill Finley tried to do? He tried to win on Audie Crooks' back against Baylor. And that was the wrong idea. It was the wrong play. Jada Williams had the hot hand. Give her the ball. Let her shoot the three. Yeah. Baylor been giving it to her all night. Let her take it.
Yeah, at that point, and I know I would imagine for a coach, it's like, you know, you want to get the ball into the hands of your best player. It's like your best player is the reason you're in this position, right? However, when it's a one possession game and you know who's got the hot hand, you kind of, it's just like, let her take the shot. Let her take the shot. The fact that it's like without her, we would not be in this position. So we need win or loss to be in her hands because she's earned that to this point. Like let her get the shot off. And they did not do that. And they got upset. Not Baylor as a first loss of the season is like not bad. However, following that up with an 8-point loss to Cincinnati is rough.
It's like we was willing to give you the benefit of the doubt, but you really just took that all away. You took away all your good graces.
But credit to Cincinnati, they did out rebound Iowa State 44-30 in this game. They also shot 17 for 24 at the line as opposed to Iowa State, who shot 11 for 20. Make your free throws. Make your free throws. Like that ends up being a difference in the game. Y'all missed 9 free throws in a game that you lost by 8.
Also, shout out to Baylor, Talia Scott. I keep saying it, but they are lucky to have you. And I'll leave that at that.
She been hooping.
She's found her home.
You know who we didn't talk about that I've been saying they like want to be good so bad? Stanford upsetting UNC. Stanford wants to be good so bad.
I support them. I do. I hope Stanford gets it together within, like, maybe this is not the year, But I kind of hope it is. That's a big win. UNC is a big win. They're 13-3 on the season now.
Hey, look, Stanford is run by some freshmen. Laura Samafi, Courtney Ogden, I think, is also a freshman. Oh, she's a junior. I lied.
Yeah.
Who else is a freshman on this team? Is Haley Swain a freshman? Yes, Haley Swain's a freshman. Nunu Agara is a junior. Okay, this is making sense. Hey, look, they've been putting together some good wins. Huh?
Who'd you say was a freshman?
Laura Samafi.
Okay.
And Haley Swain. I haven't watched.
I just need them out my conference.
You say you need to get them.
That's all I want is them out my conference. Not because they've done anything wrong. There's no reason for them to be in the ACC. I will never get over that.
I don't disagree with you. UNC, I honestly have not paid attention to UNC since they lost to Louisville. And they technically 2-6 since then.
Shout out to my Demon Deacons.
Hey, Wake Forest. Period. Hold on, I think they won it.
Them girls 12-4 and 2-2 in the ACC.
That's pretty good.
No, that's solid.
Lost in a close game to Miami. Lost kind of not good to Syracuse, but they did beat Pitt. And they beat Georgia Tech. Wake Forest beating Georgia Tech, but Notre Dame not beating Georgia Tech. This is once again why I say basketball is fake. Because how that add up? I don't know.
Hey, listen. Let me check something. Wake Forest plays. I gotta see what Wake Forest play Notre Dame.
They play them on.
Wake Forest plays Notre Dame on February 19th.
You in there? Forest,
Winston's coming out with a dub.
I'm screaming. Hey, it's at home.
It's at Lawrence Joel Veterans Memorial Coliseum. We get right.
Wake Forest, tickets as low as $31.
Wake Forest, I believe in you. We coming for that ACC championship. How about that?
Okay, period. Shout out Grace Oliver going 14 for 14.
Hey, NCAA record. Well, ACC record. Excuse me. Only 9 people have done it in NCAA history.
That's kind of crazy, bro. 14 for 14 is nuts.
Letting a nigga go 14 for 14 on you is crazy. I gotta foul you at some point and hope that
with no turnovers too. I think it like makes it even crazier.
She did miss one free throw, and she does think for that.
Yeah, that was crazy. But you know,
what's crazy is she missed her first free throw before anything. Like she missed her first free throw and was like, "Damn, I'm about to get active." It's so bad.
Honestly, actually, she kind of hard for that because like missing the first one and never missing again is way harder than like making a bunch of them and then missing a random one. Like she ate that actually. She actually do deserve 1,000 points for that. She do. Yeah, I'm on her side.
Wake. I will say them randomly being this good is kind of funny considering like every other year of them not. And I had no expectations for them. And I mean, it's not like there's some like juggernaut team or anything, but watching them every other year, and last year they lost a lot. The year before that, they lost a lot. It was just like a constant thing of that. I did not expect them to be good. And I also think, if I'm not mistaken, their team is kind of young. Grace Oliver leads the team in scoring, and she's a freshman. And they lost a couple people. I know who went to Notre Dame. Malaya went to Notre Dame, and somebody else went somewhere. I do not remember. But and then some people graduated. So like, yeah, shout out to them. I appreciate them.
Maybe there's something to this, like not scheduling too hard, letting the girls breathe a little bit. You know, maybe they onto something. Maybe they onto something. Not to start discourse again, but I'm not going there. Texas Tech. Texas Tech is undefeated, 17-0. The only Big 12 team that's undefeated, outright number one in the Big 12, which is not something I would have expected to say ever, actually. I don't think I was ever planning to say that. And also, they might be getting a 7-footer in women's basketball, the tallest player ever, a Nigerian prospect. Cannot pronounce her name, so I'm not gonna try. But hey, I don't know when she's gonna show up, but if she does, they already 17-0. I mean,
I don't know. Their next game is against Demon Cincinnati. So,
bitch, you know what? Actually, Cincinnati,
do
something for
Is that our first? Is that our first Demon team of the season?
Our first Demon of 2026.
Demon of the week. Hey, Demon of the week, Cincinnati. We get a new demon every week. Demon of the week, Cincinnati. You're up there.
Yeah, I'm sure the Cincinnati Texas Tech score. I fear that status might be revoked this time next week. However,
hey, we are not rooting against the Bearcats right now. Hold on.
Definitely not. I enjoy rooting for the upset. I do, even if it's a team I like, because upsets are fun, and it's like it just reminds me of how chaotic basketball is, because basketball is so ridiculous. That was my first thought. Going back to the conference play games on New Year's Day, I was like, basketball is so ridiculous, and I love that.
It is, and you know what though? Honestly, Cincinnati, I really actually do need you to do something for me. I do need this. But honestly, like when I look at their record, like they're 6-10 now. But they've been in a lot of close games, and so it's kind of like maybe they learned how to close it out at this point. We watched them.
They might just be the Washington Mystics.
Well,
maybe
I'm pretty sure their team is pretty young, so I don't know. They lost that game against Howard. Shout out to Howard, who's also been having a pretty good season. They lost to Oklahoma State really bad. Close game with Miami, Ohio. Close game with St. Joseph's. Close game with Penn State. Close game with Lehigh. Like these are like 3, 4, 5 point losses. So it was bound to be the day. The day against Iowa State. You know what? This is again, basketball is fake, but they pulled it out. They pulled it out. Let me look at Howard really quick, because they shout out to them. They've had a good little season. They got a good win over Fairfield. They beat George Washington. They beat Cincinnati. They're in conference play. I expect them to win the MEAC. So hopefully they win the MEAC. They can get to the tourney. Be fun to see where they end up.
That's when it's really fun to root for upsets. Like I love a Cinderella run. I know that they don't happen often, but I love to see that.
Yeah. Did y'all see the bracketology thing? How they updated it?
I did not.
Let me see if I can show y'all this. ESPN might have ate this one little thing, I think. Hold on, I gotta find it now. let it share my screen. How does this work? I want this one. Oh, there you go. This is not what I clicked. Okay,
This
girl.
is so interesting.
I know, right? It's lagging though. So hold on. Not too much. Oh, look at it. Look how cute it is. It tells you when it was updated. And then Bracket Watch. Right now, UConn's #1 overall. Villanova's last team in. Clemson is the first team out.
Let me pull this up.
But you can see, like, look, they have it sorted by regions, which I did not know was gonna be the regional was gonna be in Dallas. Are we outside? I don't know.
Damn, Notre Dame.
Bro, I look like that is insane. Get away from me. Niel needs to make it out of the Sweet 16. They gotta get my sisters out of there. Oh, another one interesting one I saw earlier. LSU having to play Ohio State. Where is that? Oh, this one where it was kind of getting a little nasty is down here. OC Howard would play Oklahoma. That's kind of unfair, but I guess.
So sorry to Howard.
NC State having to play Iowa State. Leave my sisters alone. Like, why do they want my sisters to fight early on? Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? TCU versus Tennessee. I'm moved. I'm intrigued. Is no one else intrigued? All right, fine. Michigan and potentially UNC sounds kind of fun. They got South Carolina and UCLA on the same side of the bracket. I need one of them to switch. I need that to be a Final Four. Like, I want them away from each other, please. Send them on the other side. UCLA needs to get a little further, please.
Yeah, I need that. If they on the, I can see Final Four because UCLA, we either gonna get UCLA South Carolina or UCLA UConn. Probably.
Hey, let them run it back. You know what I'm saying? Let them run it back. You know, let's run back the Final Four from last year the exact same way, guys. Maybe not that outcome. Sorry, UConn, but I do need y'all to fall. Sarah, love you, girl, though. Love you down, but I don't know. But yeah, I like. Let's maybe do that. Let's run that back like that. Let's see. Obviously, I think it'll probably depend on Texas. It'll probably depend on who becomes the regular season champ, because then that would have to mean that South Carolina, or that would have to mean South Carolina beat Texas at some point. But I think it'll probably come down to SEC championship, because I don't think they play. I don't think they played Texas twice.
Mm-hmm. And that's going to be the SEC championship, I'm sure.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I just thought this. I saw it earlier. I thought it was cute.
I do like this. I'm a probably be looking at this like more and more.
It's kind of fun. It's a fun color scheme. Maryland playing West Virginia. Like, okay, girl. Some of these, I'm like, what the world? Like Nashville, Duke, Utah, Vanderbilt. Like Duke and Vanderbilt in what is that? Going to be the Sweet 16? Or what, around the 32? Like, girl, it's getting too hot already. It's getting too hot. Let's wait a minute.
Duke Vanderbilt.
Immediately, like, let's put a little ice on it. I don't know.
Ohio State, LSU.
Kara got something for that.
Who?
Kara Lawson gonna handle that.
Kara
Oh.
Lawson.
She gonna handle that Vanderbilt nonsense.
Okay, cool. Okay, look, I'm behind you, so I'm behind you. All right. Like this Louisville one, I'm like, is it giving Louisville just run through it? Like, I don't know. So like they need to mix this up. The girls gotta get serious. The girls gotta get serious so the brackets can get a little bit more serious. I don't know.
North Carolina, Michigan.
That's what I'm saying. Like Stanford, Kentucky could be fun. Like if Stanford gets serious. But you also know Oregon like to get serious in that first round. So like didn't
Oregon.
they upset
Or,
they upset
look,
at Vanderbilt?
Oregon. If it's Oregon, Stanford, I might have to circle that one. if that's the round one, I might have to circle that.
It's good hoops. Fairfield, Nebraska could also be really fun.
Fairfield has been fun.
They have been fun.
They have won, I believe, 5 of their last 6. Is that right?
Fairfield?
Yeah.
Man, shout out Miss Lamoureux. That's our dog.
Katie has in fact been hooping. First triple-double in program history. We peeped.
We love that.
But see, this is also last 4 buys. Like Georgia's the last team to get in. LSU, if you can't beat them without Flau'jae. I do have questions. I do need Syracuse to get in there, though. I do need that. I need Uche Izoje. She's actually somebody I haven't talked about. I need her bad. Oh, I love her.
Yeah, Syracuse. What is Syracuse record?
They've been kind of middle-aged packy.
Yeah,
they
3-1 in the ACC.
Yeah, they just beat
Dominique Darius.
They 13-2.
Come on, Coach Jack. Like my girl's been hooping.
Yeah, 13-2. Yeah, I do kind of need to see. I do want to see Syracuse in the tourney, actually.
Get him a little bid. I am like Richmond kind of got to get a bid too. I do need my girls to get up in there. It would be fun to see South Dakota because it says Summit League 2 bids. So South Dakota State and South Dakota get in would kind of be cute. They kind of did something with that.
The fact that it's 12 Big Ten teams is so funny to me because it shouldn't even be 12 Big Ten teams. But
literally, like everybody be serious. But yeah, that's that. Do we have anything else we need to talk about before we get out of here?
No. Whenever we talk about draft stuff, I cannot wait. It will not be now, but just know I cannot wait.
I can. I'm so sick of the fucking draft. I do now. I am kind of seeping my way into draft board, women's basketball draft board Twitter. And some of you are insane. I'll just say that. But I do like the vibes there. You know, I like to see what other people are thinking. You know, I'm getting out of my echo chamber, seeing what other people think. Some of y'all, I'm scared of y'all, but it's good. Good info out there.
I just want to say, as far as draft stuff, if you have to say player plays like player X without 3 different caveats, you should probably just say a different player. That probably means they do not play like them, actually. Like if I was like, yeah, this player plays like Alyssa Thomas without the passing, then they probably don't play like Alyssa Thomas. Let's just find somebody new. It's okay. We can think about somebody different.
I've made the rule now. You only get one caveat, and it can't be a big part of their game.
Yeah.
So I don't want to see. And you know what? Since we're here, do not compare Olivia Miles to Chelsea Gray anymore. It's over. It's done. It's cooked. It's cooked. It's over. It's done. It's cooked. It's not true, guys. I fear there are more playmakers that exist. If you got to compare her to a man, I hate that, but you should do it. If that's what you need to do to not compare her to Chelsea Gray, please, by all means, lock in. Stop comparing that lady to Chelsea Gray. It's not it.
Yeah, I cannot wait. But for now, my heart and my mind are both clear.
Mine is also clear. So this has been another episode, the very first episode of the 5th season. Thank y'all for sticking with us for 5 seasons or joining with us for the first time. Doesn't matter which. I am Paragon Don.
I'm Jamae.
I'm Jay Trent.